The Importance of Communication, a presentation by Tricia Blackwelder. Here is an outline of what will be covered in this presentation. Hello everyone, my name is Tricia Blackwelder. I am so excited to be spending the next 10 to 15 minutes with you. I have been in customer service for over 20 years and take pride in providing quality service to my customers as well as creating strong relationships with individuals I connect with. I am thrilled to share effective communication skills with you and fill you in on why communication is so important for an organization, but also for ourselves as individuals. Were you aware that almost 80% of people rely more on nonverbal communication over verbal communication? This was a surprise to me as well, but we are going to learn why this is, as well as ways we can enhance our communication skills to be most effective. Did you ever think that the way you communicate could be the reason a person is confused or upset? The purpose of this presentation is to explain the importance of communication, the different styles of communication, ways to communicate effectively, and the benefits for effective communication. The goal is to bring confidence and assurance that you are communicating clearly, respectfully, and effectively, and to hopefully bury those fears of you being the problem in the communication process. This will also help build teamwork, create trust, boost morale, increase productivity by applying clear, concise, and understanding communication. People thrive on feeling important. This is achieved best by practicing active listening and remaining empathetic. Incorporating these skills into our daily life will help us to grow and prosper. So let's get started. Communication is key in being a successful leader. There are different types and styles of communication. Understanding all adds value and skill on a business level as well as a personal level. Communication is more than just writing or speaking words. You also have to know and understand your receiver in order to communicate effectively. Each individual communicates differently, and different styles may suit one individual better than another. Communication includes verbal, nonverbal, written, visual, and listening. Verbal communication is obviously the words we speak, either face-to-face or over the phone. Nonverbal communication, or body language, is one of the most universal forms of communication. No matter what language a person speaks, all people understand shaking your head as either yes or no. As I mentioned in the introduction slide, almost 80% of people rely more on nonverbal communication over verbal. This is because reading a person's body language shows how they are truly feeling. If they are looking down, not making eye contact, it shows they are either not listening or not interested in what you have to say. A person that rolls their eyes shows they do not believe you or are annoyed. It can also show they are not understanding what is being said due to possibly the language you are speaking or the way it is being communicated. Written communication includes emails, texts, business letters, for a few examples. It is important to follow the proper format when using written communication. If it is informal to a friend or family member, a text would be suitable. For business, a formal and professional email with proper spelling and grammar should be sent. Visual communication is usually graphs or even a PowerPoint like this. Listening is one of the most important forms of communication. If you are not listening, you are not able to respond effectively and clearly. Possessing strong communication skills will contribute to your success. Being able to communicate effectively resolves problems and misunderstandings. There are different communication styles that each individual may have. A communication style is similar to a personality. We all have different personalities and different ways we communicate. The 4 different communication styles are intuitive, analytical, functional, and personal. An intuitive communicator is an unemotional and freeform. An analytical communicator is also unemotional but likes facts and data. A functional communicator is emotional and likes balance between linear and having structured control. Lastly, the personal communicator is emotional and freeform. The personal communicator is the type of communicator that relates on a personal level and communicates with their emotions in a friendly manner. In taking the communication style quiz, I am a personal communicator. I'm intuitive with how people think and feel while being a good listener as well. Being empathetic towards others' feelings and understanding their body language helps me communicate by understanding when they are feeling upset, overwhelmed, or confused. This also helps me understand when they feel excitement. This intuitiveness allows me to continue communicating with enthusiasm and encouragement or adjust it based on their requirements for them to feel comfortable and understand. I find it easiest to communicate verbally and hear the concerns of the other participant. I do have good written communication skills as well, but I tend to find it easier to speak verbally. It creates less confusion, in my opinion. I do very well reading others' body language, but I am sometimes unaware of the nonverbal signs I am relaying back, such as RBF. This is a bad habit I possess, and I'm trying to get better at fixing it. My weakest style of communication is visual, as you can see, but my goal is to work on improving this. My verbal communication is very strong by being a good listener and maintaining eye contact. I feel very empathetic to others and have the ability to read their body language well. I am able to adjust my tone of the conversation and choose the correct words, whether they need to be more sensitive, professional, or less formal. My biggest weakness is remembering what I want to say after the person finishes talking. I am busy focusing on what they are saying that I sometimes forget the point of or story I want to share with them when they finish. In written communication, I have always been a good speller and write in the proper format. I am conscious of not using slang, cliches, or abbreviations. I am aware at times, though, that I tend to try and say too much with too much detail that it can be confusing. I find it difficult to draft my message with the proper amount of details to a person that I do not know. I find myself worrying about sending a text as it does not seem professional to me, but in the world today, it is becoming more common when a quick, informal response is needed. In the article, Communication Skills for Workplace Success, the #1 listed communication skill to possess is listening. The article states, being a good listener is one of the best ways to be a good communicator. No one likes communicating with someone who only cares about putting in their 2 cents and does not take the time to listen to the other person. Maintain eye contact assures your audience that you are listening and aware of their presence. It is important to show the right emotions and show excitement for an individual that needs encouragement or strength when they show they need someone to listen. In both written and verbal communication, it is critical to use the proper grammar and choose your words to fit the situation. If it is a professional conversation, be sure to use professional words and avoid slang. Ask questions to show your interest or concern. If a person comes to you upset, do not get defensive. Ask them questions to show you want to help make it better. Always remember your audience is watching you and reading your body language, just like you are theirs. You do not want to be caught looking away or rolling your eyes. Show respect and be actively listening throughout the communication process. Body language is the one type of communication that is more universal in all languages. If individuals speak different languages, it is easy to understand if a person is upset or happy. If you see a person crying or slouching, this is an indication they are sad or upset. If you see someone smiling, this shows happiness or joy. It is hard for a person to hide their true feelings. Body language tells the truth. Watching a person's body language provides the best indications of how they are truly feeling. You can see they are confused, upset, or even excited. If a look of confusion is being displayed, this is the perfect opportunity to change your communication style. A visual or written style may be better to assist in the communication process. Nonverbal communication is so important because it shows what a person is not able to verbally communicate. Not all individuals are capable of communicating verbally. Those that have different needs may only be able to communicate by yelling or displaying hand signals. The language we use to communicate is important to provide a clear message to the recipient. By avoiding use of certain words or phrases helps reduce confusion and deliver the message as intended. The language we choose to use all depends on our audience. If we are speaking to a friend or family member, we often use slang, which is trendy new words that are informal and often age-specific. These are best to stay being used amongst friends and family. The difference between slang and jargon is a more job-specific language. Jargon is used amongst associates or coworkers in the same field. A person outside a field would not understand these words. Cliches are phrases or words that have been overused, are often meant to be silly, but are really just tacky. An example of a cliche phrase is everything that glitters isn't gold. The problem with cliches is they cause confusion, they are boring, and lack originality. It is easy for a message to get misinterpreted when it is not delivered properly. Not maintaining eye contact throughout the conversation will leave the audience or participant feeling like they are a bother. It is rude and disrespectful. Provide them with all your attention and ensure them you are listening by maintaining eye contact and proper posture. When it is your turn to talk, be sure to talk with the right speed. Do not talk too fast. This will leave them feeling you are in a rush and do not have time for them. Also, you do not want to talk too slow because you want to be considerate of their time and not lose their interest. Some of the most common written communication barriers is incorrect spelling and grammar. not providing all the information needed for a clear message in proper format, and using the proper language to ensure the message is received as it was intended. Remember who the message is intended for. Words mean different things to different people in different contexts. It is important to reread any written communication to revise any errors or mistakes prior to sending it off, whether it is an email, text, or letter. Written communication reflects yourself and the company you are writing on behalf of. It is important to look professional and ensure the receiver interprets the message clearly and correctly. Most importantly, we want to be sure our audience feels respected. Individuals often get defensive if they feel they are being attacked or disciplined. An effective way of communicating is to ask them questions such as, how can we handle this differently? Or why did that make you feel that way? Taking this approach allows a person to feel they matter and builds trust. It also provides the opportunity to relay the message a different way, for example, using a written or visual approach. In order to effectively communicate, you have to practice active listening. In order to respond correctly, you have to understand the message that is being delivered. Misunderstanding what is being said due to being distracted will cause further conflict and make it more difficult to reach a resolution. You have to know your audience. For example, Sue may be shy and have a hard time talking, so when she is speaking, make her feel comfortable. Whereas Dave may come off as being confrontational when really speaking loudly is his normal behavior. Give the person time to finish speaking. Hear the full message and time your response accordingly. You do not want to abruptly cut someone off or take too long to respond, leaving them feeling you are not listening. Respond with a clear and concise message to avoid confusion. Being respectful and actively listening builds trust in the communication process for a company and to excel on a personal level. Having effective communication will boost employee morale, satisfaction, and engagement. Taking the time to listen to the employees will build a relationship and help you communicate more effectively with them. Understanding how your employees communicate will lead to a successful deliverance of your message. This will save time and lower mistakes due to miscommunication. With clear and concise communication, our output will increase, leading to larger profits and higher satisfaction. Less mistakes increases productivity as well as lowers costs. In the article, Powerful Benefits of Workplace Communication, the following benefits were also provided. It boosts morale among employees, encourages new ideas, creates cohesion, increases productivity and engagement, builds and forms trust, lowers confusion, increases commitment and loyalty to the company, raises customer satisfaction, builds career opportunities, and improves overall interactions with others. In conclusion, you want to treat others how you would like to be treated. Being an effective communicator is an admirable skill that will help you succeed. Being a good communicator takes more than just finding the right words to say or write. In the article, How to Be an Effective Communicator in 7 Easy Steps, it states, great communicators choose their words well, understand their audience, and connect with them at the right time and place. Also, it is important to remember that listening is one of the most important concepts in the communication process. You are not able to communicate effectively if you are too busy thinking of a response without hearing the complete matter. With an open mind, understanding, and proper training, communication skills can be enhanced for a better experience. The fear of conflict will diminish and you can feel confidence with every interaction because you have developed the skills of being an effective communicator. Effective communication skills will help you succeed in all aspects of life while providing a deeper empathy for others. Understanding another individual creates trust and develops a stronger relationship through effective communication.